Good morning, everyone. This is Shelby with Shelby Creations. Welcome back to the Dragon's Den. As you know, I've been, since the last journal, I cleaned up my desk. As you can see, it's still pretty much clean. And then as putting things away, one thing led to another. So I went through all my papers, and anyway, my whole area has been cleaned up. Well, almost. And I did find a few things I wanted to share with you. But first of all, I wanted to show you what I got in the mail. Sort of a cross between Happy Mail and birthday. Show you the Happy Mail first. Now, this was connected with washi tape, but as you can see, I cut it. And this is from Sherry Liberto. And now, Sherry's a very special friend. And she tells me over and over again, I just hope you like it. It's just a little something. It's not all that great, but let me tell you, this woman I think her work is fantastic. But this is what she sent me as part on the Happy Mail part. And this is a little card, and there's 2 belly bands, and it's got the little note card that fits inside, and then there's a tag, and that holds this closed, and when you open it up, you've got a tag here. But now I'm trying to get this so that you can see. This flips down. Move it up. This part here is a journal, a junk journal, and it's just blank. But now Sherry's good about this. She will send me a blank one, and the joy of that is I get to fill it up. Now on the bottom part, we have an envelope here. Then there's this tie. There's, of course, a pocket, upside down pocket here. This folds down. I'm trying to get all this in the frame. This is a notepad, but when you get down, keep moving it up to here, I mean, look at this. You've got another pocket here with an envelope. This opens up with another tuck spot. I mean, how awesome is that? I mean, this is just, thank you, Sherry. Thank you so much. I love it. Now, in with this, Sherry had a little note, and I'm going to share it with you because there's a story behind it. One of the other ladies I follow on YouTube is Charlotte Peterson. And Charlotte does her little monthly challenge and giveaway. And let me get all this back together so you can see just how it came out. And what she'll do on Fridays, her index card Fridays. And I sort of think, well, that's cute, but what if? So in with this, Sherry had a little note written on a piece of paper. I don't know if you can see it, that says, what if? So, what if? Yeah, that gets my mind going. What if you could do, what if you could, but I'm not sure you could top this. I mean, Sherry, this is freaking awesome. All the different flips and the journals and paper, but I will give it a try. Now, the next thing that Sherry sent me, and this was all in one package, was this little note, and she just scribbled happy birthday. And this went with, let me show you this. Oh my gosh. This went with a journal. And it's just like a little pocket journal. It's not very thick yet, but y'all know me. And inside, there are tucks with papers. There's papers when she stamped, and I asked her how she did the different colored papers, and she said it was with just simple paint and water. And then more coffee dyed, a little card that comes out, more tuck spots, another little tuck spot, and this one here even has little She knows I love stickers. Look at those little bubble stickers. I love it. I mean, this is awesome. And yes, some of the pages have started, but that gives me, you know, a point to grow on. And I think this is just awesome. It is a wonderful birthday present. I love it. I simply love it. And all the different colored pages. And look what she did with the bag. She opened both ends, sewed them in. So I've got pockets on both sides. More little tucks. And look at that paper. That is some gorgeous paper. I love that. And little things here and there, but yeah, I mean, look at the frogs. I don't know if you can see the frogs. Look how cute those are. And butterflies, and this is just wonderful. Thank you so much, Sherry. I love it. Simply love it. And no matter what you say, Sherry, I think you are a wonderful artist. Now, some things I found while cleaning up. Now I wanted to share with you. And let me see, I know I'm going to need, I got it up here somewhere. Yeah. I'm going to need my pokey tool. Yes, I know. These trays were empty. But in reorganizing, I sort of filled them up. This box had, came with little ephemera in it. And I'm not going to throw it away. Well, this part I don't know what I'll do with. But this one here, if you cut one end off, it could be a mini journal. You could cut the flower off and have another piece of ephemera. You could cut both ends off and have journaling cards. So what if you have to cover that? You have to cover it anyway. But I hang on to these are the types of things that I hang on to. Another thing was, and this was not in my area, but a regular box. This one had instant grits in it. Yes, we eat grits here. But it's the perfect size this way for a journal, but it may be too wide here. So what I'll do in an upcoming video is show you how to take a fatter box like this and turn it into one that's a bit more manageable if you want a thinner journal, and how to cover it and all. So that's upcoming. I was going to do the altered book, and which is really what got me into redoing the papers and stuff, reorganizing everything. I cannot find a book I have not gutted. So as soon as I do, we'll put that on our list. Another thing I came across are bottles. Now these are simply, eyedropper bottles, but I hang on to them, and I've got 2 here. And what I do with the eyedropper bottles is like this one up here. This one has alcohol in it. So if I'm dyeing seam binding or whatever, I've got alcohol on the ready. And it's simply in a little dropper bottle. That sits on my shelf. So I have 2 in reserve. Now I'm not going to save more than 2 because I may use only 1 or whatever, but I've got these 2. So, and I really don't have space for more than just the 2. But then come at the end of a year. Now once a year I try to go through my stuff. And if I haven't used something in the year and I really, not sure if I'm going to use it, it goes out. Now, I had to redo the tags on my journals and stuff because I did the real pretty tissue paper on them, but when I put the labels on them, I can't read that. And the writing, now this one I can pretty much see, but when you're looking at it from, see, there's probably 3.5 feet from me to my shelf. To me, that I can't see that because I have macular degeneration in my left eye, and the doctor found a cataract in my right eye, which I'll have surgery on Halloween. So hopefully my eyesight will get better, but at a distance, That's hard for me to read. But I'm not going to get rid of these. What I'm simply going to do is come right under here, lift a corner of that label off, and carefully peel it up. As you can see, the whole label comes off. There's no damage to my tag here, but because these are smaller ones, see if I can get this side off. Just that simple. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hang on to them because these are great to add as to the dangles on spines or just about anywhere. I mean, those, if you leave your threads longer when you sew your signatures in, you know, you can use that on the end of it. Let me get this last one off, and I'll show you what my new tags look like. I know, I started and I need to finish. I thought I only had like 1 or 2. I didn't. I had 3 of them in here. So there, I've got all of these now that I can use as spine dangles. Oh, now see, that's a good example. I can't read that. So I still got to take that one off. But these, the way I did them, they were so pretty. And all they are heavy cardstock or chipboard. Heavy duty chipboard. And I painted it in with, I can't even think of the name right now. But it's the white paint. And then once that dried, I glued napkins to them and then went around the edges with a gold paint, and that's it. And then I put an eyelet in. So let me get this one off. Right, where'd my get this one off? There goes one side. Ouch. And there goes the other. Now, they're all done. So what I did, I put the lid back on that. I done stuck my finger once. I took the same chipboard. As you can see, it's quite thick. And I stopped at gesso. That's what I used. I stopped at the white gesso. And then this is a purple metallic. And then I've got a bronze metallic that I went around the edges in and simply put an eyelet through it. So now, instead of using my labeler, which I don't know if any of you realize this, but those label packs or cartridges have almost doubled in the past year and a half. So instead of doing that, I simply pulled out my Sharpie and just wrote on it. I mean, nobody's going to see this book but me. And inside here, there's more than just vellum in here, but that's the main thing that's in this one. These are mainly the pieces of vellum that I have that, you know, I bought in little packs, but there's no, they're not stickers. So nothing in here is a sticker. You see, I've got them all different sizes. I've got pieces from books in here. But the main thing is, right in these back here, vellum. So that's what I put on my book. And this now, because I use this stuff all the time, it sits on my desk. And it goes right over there. So, oh, and then I found a button. Of all things, one button. But what I think I'm going to do is, when I get back to my scraps, just simply glue a piece of paper scrap in the inside and trim it off to the center. I saw Pam at the Paper Outpost do that. But as you can see, my scrap tray is empty. This is now, I can find a home for these, which these will simply go in my container right here with the other ones, the other decorative ones. And this one goes into my tray. Yes, I have a lot now. I have a ton of these little labels. And will I use them all? Probably in the long run. And I can send, but they're different sizes. I've got some that are this size, some that are skinny. Let me see if I can get that back in here. Hold this over. Some that are small like that. And as you can see, some have the bronze, some have the purple. And they have different colored eyelets in them. So I'll use some. I may send some out when I send out Happy Mail. So, but I do have plenty now. Just like with the altered paper clips from all the other scraps. But I did want to share that with you today, so that you can see that, you know, some things that should be trash aren't necessarily trash, because let's face it, crafters are the best recyclers ever. We can take something that would have ended up in a landfill and turn it into a piece of ephemera or journaling cards or a small journal. We can take other things that would end up in the landfill or in the dump and turn it into a journal. Yeah, so, and junk jewelry, different fibers we get. We recycle, you know, some of us recycle clothes, especially, I'm a big one if I find lace on something. So, we are the best recyclers ever, because we turn trash into treasures, which is why it's called junk journaling. So, I wanted to share that with you today, and especially share what I got in the mail from Sherry Liberto. Thank you, Sherry, so much. I love them. If you like what I've shared with you today, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell, because we'll be back real soon with more crafty goodness. Bye, guys.